Well, hey guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be working on the Maine Moose Harvest Analysis. I'm going to get you going here and then let you complete the assignment. So for the Maine Moose Harvest Analysis here, similar to our deer and bear assignments, we're going to be using real-life data from past harvests to build ourselves a harvest map here, looking at the number of moose harvested by WMD, look at the number of permits issued as well, and then success rates. And then we'll come down here and we'll build ourselves a stacked bar graph. So if we take a look at the directions up top here, we can see that for each WMD, we're going to go through and we're going to write the number of moose harvested along with the number of permits issued for that district. So in this case, we're looking at 404 moose harvested in District 1 out of a total of 625 permits. And here's where I get that from. If I come down here to our data table from the Research and Management Report, I'm using these numbers here. I'm using the 404 moose harvested based on the 625 total permits that were given in that district. In a little bit, we're going to look at the breakdown of permits and the various types that are given. But for now, for each district, all we care about are the number of permits issued here and the number of moose harvested there. So we'll go through for each of these and work on that. So we have 404 moose harvested out of 625. We'll just do the first few districts here. And then we come down here, District 2, I'm looking in there. We had 336 moose harvested out of the 525 permits issued. 326 out of 525. And then we'll go check District 3. Oh, it's 336. And then we have 215 out of 325. 215 out of 325. 215 out of 325. And I need to fix this. This was 336. All right. So the step one is to go through each district that issues moose permits and label the number of moose harvested and the number of permits given, just like that. You go through and do each one. Don't forget to do 4A. Remember, we talked about that's the western half of District 4 where we have that adaptive hunt going on in here. I just kind of popped it over there so you can think about 4A. Remember, these are only antlerless only permits. We're trying to reduce moose numbers there to see if fewer moose means healthier moose. We talked a lot about that in our previous class. Once I have all my harvest and permits issued for each district, I'm going to go back and look at success rates, overall success rate for that district. And again, the seasons vary. That September bull season is always a little bit higher success rate because of the rut. But if we combine all of our success rates between the September bull only, the October bull only, and then the late antlerless only permit, District 1 had a 65% success rate overall last year. So if we take a look here, we've got color coding suggestions here. Anything 70% or greater is going to be a high success. We'll call that red. Medium is 41 to 69%. And then low would be, 40% or less is a low success rate for moose hunting. We're calling that. So again, District 1, we look here, we have an overall 64% success rate. So we're going to call that one, yellow. That's a medium success rate there. So I'm going to take my yellow. I'm going to make my line a little bit bigger. I kind of like to, I like to do it like this. You could literally just use the highlighter if you want and shade it in. I like to kind of trace out my district here. If you want to get really fancy afterwards, you could switch over to the highlighter and fill the thing in, and you'll get this beautiful map with outlined districts. If we take a look here, we can come back and look at District 2. District 2 had a 64% success rate overall, which is going to be yellow as well. And then boom, District 3 also 66%. So they're all in the 60s. They're all going to be considered pretty average success rate for Maine's moose hunts. So I'll just come in here, label all these guys like so, and then eventually come through and we'll highlight. Come along here and highlight each of these to color them in. So you're going to do this for the entire map. You're going to fill in the map by color. You're going to list how many moose are harvested, how many permits were issued, and then give a nice color code there. on your map, and that'll turn out a pretty decent looking map that shows us the overall harvest and success rates within each district. Then comes the time to break down permits a little bit here. If you notice, it says we're going to build a stacked bar graph that shows all wildlife management districts that issue moose permits broken down by types of permits issued. So we want a stacked bar graph. To do this, we're going to go to Pages, and we're going to open a new document in Pages. And remember, we are going to select right up here. We're going to select this graphing option. We click on that. And now, instead of just a normal bar graph, we want over here this stacked bar graph. This is, we'll be able to break each piece into its own individual pieces there. So the final thing we're going to do here, once we got our graph plugged in, we're going to select Edit Data. And now we're going to put in the various types of permits that are issued in each district. There's bull-only permits, there's antlerless-only permits, and then there's that third one in there's two districts that have AMPs. Those are those any moose permits that allow you to harvest a bull or a cow. They give you the entire month of November, and those are only done in southern districts where the moose density is pretty low, and we're just trying to reduce the chance of moose car collisions. Instead of months of the year, we're going to put in the districts here. I'm going to put in just a handful of them. I'm not going to do all of them for you here today, but I may put in enough here that we can see what's going on here. I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 16. You would put in all of the districts up above here, all of the districts that issue moose permits. And now we're going to go back to our assignment. We'll look at our data table down here, and I'm looking at the breakdown of total permits in each district. And I can see pretty quickly that there are 2 different seasons that have bull-only permits. That means I have a total of 450 bull-only permits in District 1 between 2 seasons. There's 225 in September, another 225 in October. So 450 bull-only permits, and then 175 antlerless-only permits. 450, 175. I'm adding up the totals of each type of permit. Now I'm into District 2, 175 BOPs, another 175 BOPs. So we've got 350 bull-only permits, and then another 175 antlerless-only permits. So we'll talk 350, 175. Let's check District 3. District 3, now I've got 100 bull-only permits here, 100 bull-only permits here, and then 125 antlerless only. So we've got, for District 3, we've got 200 and 125. All right, one more of these northern districts. Let's look at District 4 then. The screen's a little frozen up here. There we go. District 4. All right, in District 4, we've got 200 bull only, another 200 in October, and then 100 antlerless only. That's easy math. We've got 400 bull only permits and 100 antlerless only permits. And then finally, you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way out through all of the districts. Many of them get pretty easy and smaller as you go. Those northernmost districts with the single digits often have the most moose permits because they're further north where all the moose are. I'm working my way out to 16 here just to show you when I look at District 16, this often gets confusing for kids. District 16, all I care about is that there are 15 any moose permits given. These are AMPs, which stand for any moose permit. There's 15 total given. This is breaking it down by bull and cow. So we can see that they gave out 15 any moose permits. 1 person got a bull. There were 0 cows registered, 7% success rate there. So all I care about is the permits issued on this one. These are AMPs. There were 15 of them. I can hit done here, and your graph will obviously have far more bars once you put in all of the WMDs. As always, we want to get the key out of the way, and don't forget that critical step of adding a title to your graph. Here, I want to go up, select my graph, go to the paintbrush, and make sure I turn over here, title on. And here I have a title now. To edit my title, I want to double tap on there, and remember, we want a detailed title. Don't you dare call this thing Moose Graph. I want to know what, when, and where. We're talking about, Maine 2022 Maine 2022 moose permit allocation by district. That's the kind of title we wanted to graph, a really descriptive title that helps the reader understand what it is they're looking at. So I hope this video helped you along here. If you had questions on the assignment, if you weren't able to ask me in person in class, hopefully this helps you. Feel free to reach out. If you did find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on, really helps the channel grow. Until next time, over and out.